our minds and our hearts to the reality of the need for the accommodation of our diversity in ethnic origin, our diversity in religious faith.
My message is for the African leaders to create environments that will allow peace and progress for African continent so that our children will live well, feed well, and play well.
Welcome with the music of Edwina Lee Tyler. I'm Cyril Ibe. She performed yesterday at a scholarship benefit at St. Gregory High School on Chicago's North Side. The benefit was titled Celebrate the Circle. All things are bound together in a circle. All things connect. What happens to the earth happens to the children of the earth. Man has not woven the web of life. He is but one thread. Whatever he does to the web, he does to himself. Native American wisdom. This is quoted in the brochure for the benefit. Edwina Lee Tyler is an African-American percussionist who uses her favorite instrument, the African drum, to celebrate her culture, her cultural heritage, and these days to spread the message of healing. I spoke with her yesterday about the benefit and about her performances and her messages.
Well, as far as coming to celebrate the circle, I wanted to offer some of my love and vibrations and my spiritual self to part of the circle. And since these are troubling times, I have a lot to say. I mean, as far as us all being together as one, there's a lot of people that's trying to break us up as human beings to go against each other, and these are the times that we should be together.
And how does the use of the drum, the African drum of all things, play into your medium of communication and how you're going to communicate this tomorrow?
Well, as far as that goes, I was given a gift as a young child to express myself as far as the African drum is concerned. And I was given this gift by God. And so how I express myself is through my soul and the love of God. I express it so that I let them know what love is through my drumming.
The drum is a big part of you and your connections with Africa. What are some of the common questions that come up about what you do and your medium of communication?
I've had some questions of where do my rhythms come from. I've studied traditional, but basically what's happening is that when I start drumming, it's coming from my heart. Most people ask me, why did I pick the drum? I said, I didn't pick the drum picked me. I've had people ask me about during this time, why would I still be playing the drums after all this time? I've been into it, and I said, this is a part of my life. It's like drinking water for me. This is a part of my life. Not only does it do healing for other people, which I have nothing to do with, but it also heals me.
And how does it heal you, Edwina Lee Tyler?
Well, it heals me. Whatever is bothering me, when I start playing the drums, I let it out. It opens me up spiritually to take in the good, and the negativity stays away from me. It heals me, and to me, I feel like I become younger. How does that happen? I don't know. All I know is when I play the drums, I become younger. I become spiritual in knowledge as far as when it comes to my heart and keeping a light shining always in my heart.
Since you'll be addressing a group of young children for this event at St. Gregory's High School in Chicago, what are you going to tell them about not only finding what their calling is in life, but what they could have as a relationship perhaps down the road with the drum?
Well, what I say to them is that they must always respect instruments, no matter what it is. But when it comes to the drum, that they should respect it. It's something that you just don't bang on. The drum speaks. It's a language. It communicates to everybody, not just one sort of race, but all races. It communicates to the heart. And if you treat it well, it will treat you well. And this doesn't always go just by drumming, but any instrument you must respect. I find that a lot of people do respect other instruments. When it comes to the drum, they think that they can just bang on it. It's not an instrument just to bang on. It's a communication to people. It is a communication. And they must, if you're going to play the drums and you want to further yourself in the drums, then you should take lessons. You should find out more about the drums because it is the heartbeat. It is definitely the heartbeat. And like I said, if you treat it well, it will treat you well. But it's something that you just don't bang on. You have to respect the drum.
And what is respect for the drum?
Respecting the drum is that you take care of it. You don't. Some people take the drum and they put it in their house. They put things on top of the drum. Sometimes they put it in places where it shouldn't be. It's respecting it. It's like your heart. If you respect your heart, you take care of your heart, then you can take care of a drum. Like I said, the drum is a heartbeat. It's definitely a heartbeat, and you have to respect it. At all times, you must respect it. And I think anybody that starts playing the drum will feel something about the drum that they've never felt before.
Our guest on Window to Africa Radio is Edwina Lee Tyler, the legendary percussionist. She is in Chicago to perform at St. Gregory High School.
This is from Edwina Lee Tyler's CD titled Things Are Gonna Change. Climbing the Mountain is the title of that one by Edwina Lee Tyler.
Your background is so impressive. I was particularly struck by the documentary that was made on you called To Be a Maasai. How long ago, and could you tell us about this documentary on you?
Well, Edward Kimball did a video. This was his story, and I dance. I'm a dancer also. What he did was to use me. This was done, I think in the early '80s, and I had a bald head. I had shaved my hair completely. Why, I don't know. I had to do that. So I shaved my head. And when he saw me, he looked at me. I looked like a Maasai woman. And so he did a documentary on the Maasai women because he had been in Kenya. And I looked like a Maasai woman and with this bald head. So I became this Maasai woman for his video.
Was this aired on TV or is it available by personal contacts? Who can see the video on you?
I think that you could go to the Schomburg Library in New York City, and it should be there at the Schomburg Library. It was also on TV, but that was during the early 80s. If you contact the Schomburg Library, I'm sure they might have it there.
Where are you from in the U.S.? Where were you born, and what was in your childhood that made you feel like someday you're going to feel this connection to the Maasai of Kenya? In general, just feeling the strong connection you have with Africa as an African American.
My childhood is I was born and raised in Harlem, New York. I come from two parents who were classical singers, professional classical singers. But my father always stressed, even when I was a young child, that during that time, black people were considered colored or Negroes. In my household, my father, during that time, you were an Afro-American or black. He stressed being an Afro-American. He stressed about Africa. He stressed about spirituals. He was a classical singer. He stressed about gospel. He stressed about jazz. It was very important that I knew where I come from. It was very important. And by that, I got to learn about the heritage of Africa and who I was. And I became very proud of who I was. That was stressed in my family background. And so from there, I learned about Africa and the Africans and became very proud, very proud. And as far as drumming, I went through ballet, classical music, and stuff, and then I heard African music. And I became very much intrigued in African music. As a child, I banged on everything from pots to pans. And like I said, this was a gift that was given to me as far as drumming. It just came. It just came. It was there. And as the more I was conscious about it, the more it built and it framed in me and as far as drumming. And I started listening to more African music and more African music. And I didn't know that it would go this far, but it did. It really did. But I'm coming from a classical background of my mother and father.
These days, what's your advice to other African Americans who might still be wondering what it takes to make any connection as you have made with your African heritage? Any advice from you?
To read. It's very important that they read. Read about where you come from, who you are, the Africans, read about the African heritage, read about the heritage of when the slaves were here. Read. It's very important that they read. Once they start reading, it becomes intriguing, and they go on and on and on. And from there, you never know.
And you've been so wonderful with your time. May we end with another message on the drum that you may have. Any closing thoughts for your stay here in Chicago and what you do as a percussionist, a legendary one at that?
That the drum is a powerful thing. And during these times, I believe that the drum, because it's the bottom, it's the framework, you can't get any lower than the drum. The drum will give you power, will give you strength, will give you love. It's very powerful. It's absolutely the most powerful thing that you can have right now. And it's very important that people understand the drum, understand it very much so. Each day I understand it more and more and more and more. But the drum is the heartbeat. And I suggest that anybody, even if they don't play the drum, have a drum in your house. Have a drum in your house. It's a very powerful thing.
Interestingly enough, that's the same message that percussionist from Nigeria, Ababatunde Olatunji, has given us on our program. Even if you don't play the drum, keep it in your house.
Yes, it's very powerful. It's a blessing to have a drum in your house.
It's a great blessing to have you, Edwina Lee Tyler, to join us on Window to Africa Radio. Thanks for being so generous with your time, and good luck to you, and we'll be in touch.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Have a great day.
Edwina Lee Tyler performed earlier today at Celebrate the Circle 2001, a scholarship benefit at St. Gregory High School on Chicago's North Side. St. Gregory High School has some 300 students from more than 20 countries, including Nigeria and Ghana. This is Window to Africa Radio on WLUW Chicago. I'm Cyril Ibe. Stay with us, more to come on the program.
Hello, Chicago. Now, news you can use, compiled weekly from Window to Africa Radio Bulletin. I'm Detu Kishoyan. Are you ready with pen and paper? A fellowship gathering hosted by Pastor Charles Dixon, featuring Dr. Oliver Vanderpew, Apostle and Prophet. When? Wednesday, October the 10th through Sunday, October the 14th. Where? At the International Gospel Center in Chicago. The time will be 7 p.m. A lecture titled The African World Outlook by Dr. Paulo Wangula, visiting Ugandan professor at Chicago State University. That's taking place on Tuesday, October the 16th at the Student Union Building at Chicago State University in Chicago. Time from 4 to 6 p.m. Call 773-995-2404 for more information. African Textile Workshop. When? Friday, October the 19th at the Chicago Cultural Center in Chicago. The time is 2 p.m. Call 312-744-6630 for more information. Tune into Window to Africa Radio for Africa-centered events happening in the Chicago area. And when you attend one of our announced events, be sure to say you heard it here on Window to Africa Radio. Send us information on events around town for consideration as news you can use. Call us at 773-955-ARTS or 773-955-2787 or fax it to us at 773-955-6283. Remember, the sooner you send us the information, the greater the chance of announcing it on Window to Africa Radio. We're here to serve you. I'm Detu Kishoyan in Bradenton, Florida.
And we thank Detu for her contributions from Florida. And may we end this edition of Window to Africa Radio by going back to Edwina Lee Tyler. This one, again, is from her new CD produced in 2000, titled Things Are Gonna Change. Edwina Lee Tyler, Things Are Gonna Change. Remember September 11th? Edwina Lee Tyler brought her message of healing to Chicago this weekend. Until next weekend, I'm Cyril Ibe. Thanks for joining us on our program. Remember, we come your way every Sunday from 8 to 9 p.m. right here on Loyola University's Voice of Cultural Diversity. Until next weekend, have a wonderful work week.